Greetings and salutations, this is Rick. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, we are on day 5 of the van build. Right, this morning I took these pieces of wood into the back garden and I covered them over in this grey felt. And I've got this one here, and of course this one here as well. Now I've actually run out of felt, but I've yet to do the side door, so I'm going to have to order some more felt, and the side door is going to be a little bit delayed, but that's not a problem. I can do that at any time. So this afternoon what I'm going to be aiming to do is to start on the ceiling. Now I did do another test of the skylight this morning, and unfortunately it leaked again. However, I think I may possibly have discovered what the problem is. Basically where you've got a seal, it kind of goes all the way around and then meets up again. It's where it meets up. I noticed there was a little bit of a gap, so what I've done is I put a load of clear sticker flex in the gap, and also there was a little rough bit where the seal sits down. There's like this flat flange all the way around that the rubber seal sits on. There was a little rough bit on it, so I've smoothed that down and I've sealed the rubber seal with sticker flex. So I'm just going to let that dry for another few hours, and I'm going to test it again. And if it still leaks, then I will order another one and just replace it. So now the idea of the ceiling is I'm going to be using this stuff. This is 3 meter long tongue in groove wood, and it's perfectly fits. If I literally attach it so it literally sits on this lip at the back of the van, it actually reaches all the way down to this rib here. So essentially I shouldn't need to cut many of these. I may need to cut some little bits in the side, like for example this first one. In order to get it to butt up against the thing, I'm going to have to cut out a little segment for it to go around these wires up here. And I've also got to cut out some circles, I think 52mm circles, for the lights to go into. But apart from that, obviously I need to cut around where it's going to go on the roof light. But apart from that, I think I should be able to get the ceiling up reasonably quickly, because there's just not a lot of cutting required. I may need to just angle it a little bit at the end here, but we'll see. So I'm going to get on with that now, and I will come back to you either when it's done or when I've done all that I can do for today. Okay, so we're all done. The ceiling is done. Hopefully you can see that, and it looks pretty good. I've got to figure out some sort of varnish to put on it. I don't really want it to be shiny or sort of deep gloss or anything. I actually kind of like the look of it as it is. It's got this kind of dull sheen on it, and it looks rather nice, but I think I do need to protect it with something. I think if I just leave it blank wood, I think this stuff can sort of start discolouring quite quickly. So if you've got any ideas for the type of varnish I can use on this, that would be great. Also, I tested out the roof light after doing everything I could to do what I thought would repair it. Unfortunately it still leaked, and this time it leaked out of this side rather than this side. Now thanks for everybody's comments, hints and tips regarding the roof light, but I have decided, just to save any issues, I'm going to completely replace it. So I'm going to remove this one. I've got a new one on order which is storm tight. A lot of these roof vents have permanent ventilation even when they're closed, but I've gone for one that should be watertight and it's not got permanent ventilation. So obviously I'm going to be very, very careful when I install it, and hopefully that will fix the issue. Obviously all the walls covered over in the grey felt now, looking really good. Originally I was going to put cladding, this sort of cladding on the back doors. I've decided against that now because I don't know, I think it might just look a bit naff and it'd be quite heavy as well. So what I've done instead is I've got the factory fitted mouldings that came with it, and I'm going to cover those in the grey felt when the grey felt arrives, because I've actually run out of it. And I've also cut out some templates, where are we? Here we go, out of cardboard. Oops. And these will go, hang on, let's swap hands. So I've actually cut out some cardboard templates, all made to measure, so I can transfer these to plywood. I've got some plywood on the way, and then they will also be covered over in the grey felt. And the same goes for the side door, where I've made this template out of cardboard. So it takes a surprising amount of time to make these cardboard templates, but well worth it in the long run. Again, that's going to be covered, well, obviously transferred to 5mm ply, and then covered over in the grey felt, along with the factory fitted panel that came with the van. That will also be in grey felt. And then that should be the walls all done. I've got some of the lighting preparation done. I've got these little thin lights I'll show you in another video, but I've got 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should light the main living area. I've yet to put the bathroom tray down. That's going to determine the size of the bathroom and the size of the 2 garages I'm going to have. Basically, the loo's going to be in that corner there, and then the shower tray, and then this area is going to be like a garage, and that's going to go out as far as the bathroom, and then the rest of this will be kitchen surface. So yeah, it's all coming together quite nicely. Now, I have been out for a drive in the van since doing this, and my goodness, it is so much quieter. The noise coming from back here before I put all this in was deafening. It made your ears bleed, because there was no protection. It was just raw metal. Now all this stuff is in place, it is so much quieter. It's fantastic. Okay, can't do a huge amount now until the next few deliveries arrive, and then I can get on and start building. I can't really progress now until I build the main bathroom structure, and that will determine then the size of other things, like for example the length of the kitchen unit, how much space I'm going to have over here after the bed. Because what I'm sort of thinking along the lines of, originally in the kitchen I was thinking of having a big pull-out drawer and a little compressor fridge in that drawer, but in hindsight I'm thinking I can get my 6.5 foot bed in, and then there may still be enough space to get a fridge in here, so it can like be freestanding or plumbed in somehow. Because I'm thinking of going for a top loading fridge because they're much more efficient, but we'll have to wait and see. But again, it's all theory at the moment, still sort of maps out in my head, but I won't actually make final decisions until I physically see it taking shape, at which point I can go, aha, yes, I have this amount of space, I can do this with it. That's how I've always built vans. I know there are some guys out there who they meticulously plan everything down to the last millimetre. I can't do that. That's not how I roll. I like to basically do a bit, step back, look, think, yes, I can do that, I can do that. I might need to move that to there, and my ideas are always in a constant state of flux, and for me I'm happier doing it that way. So I'm going to stop this video here. It might have been quite a quick video this time around, but it's going to be a few days before I can move on and do other things, so I might as well get this video up and maybe take a couple of days off before the next phase of the build begins. So there we go, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.